Buenas noches a las todos y bienvenidos a las Lobos de la Lucha. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Los Lobos de la Lucha, your weekly CMLL Post-Show Breakdown here at BC WrestlePod. And I am back this week. I will say I did miss reviewing some Lucha Libre last week, but I was getting my whole entire life at the Cardi B concert, so it was a fair trade off. But I am back once again to continue my duties as the I don't want to say the grand poobah, the know-it-all of Lucha Libre, because I don't know squat. But I'm happy to be here. My name is Mikey, El Jefe of BC WrestlePod. I run the ones and twos and try to corral a group of 15 individuals. It's a lot of fun. I am a stage manager in my own right. But I am joined once again this evening by my physical co-host on screen, Papa Oso, who is here once again. And doesn't know this, but I appreciate him more than words can accurately describe, given what he's doing right now. And then, of course, oh my gosh, already it was all Papa Oso's fault last week. I totally saw him do it. Hey, but you know what? I have to give Papa Oso credit. He did a really good
He's
job
not
at
wrong.
leading the charge last week and trying to guide Kilt, who has never seen
God
CMLL
almighty.
before.
That was
I
hilarious.
I love Kilt so much, and I was just like, Kilt also deserves the kudos too for tagging in for me. And he watched things that he normally doesn't, so I have to give it to both of them and to you, Primo, in the chat as well for holding it down last week. But now we're back to our regular scheduled programming.
I thought we actually had some really good conversations last time.
I had such a hoot watching the playback as I was editing it. I was just like, I was just like, man, I should have them co-host together because this is great.
God, it was it was so ridiculous.
This is what happens when you let two people with ADHD run the show.
hmm
Anywho, for real, he was a good guest host. No, Kilt is the day one, and the three of us have built a really incredible, fun friendship over on NXT as well as other places now. But we are back into our regular scheduled programming. So before we dive into CMLL this week and cover Viernes Espectacular, really quickly, if you are brand new here to BC WrestlePod or you've been rocking with us for a while, we love that. Uh, we are on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, so you can choose which of those platforms you want to go to. But if you're looking for something smaller, you can follow us on the social medias at BC WrestlePod, where we do some stuff on occasion over there, like our report cards, the previews of the show, as well as some other fun stuff. But on top of that, we also have some other things where, we have some merchandise at our shop, BC WrestlePod shop.forthwell.com. So we have merch of all of our regular shows that we have weekly: AEW, NXT, CMLL, and TNA. But starting this weekend, we are slowly rolling out the international teams as well. So we're going to have a plethora of fun stuff for y'all. So it is going to be so much fun. Last but certainly not least, we we pay for a lot. There's a lot of streaming services and sites that we use for all the stuff we cover. And while I don't charge my boys anything because, I have been raised and taught to that what is mine is theirs and charity expects nothing in return. We still got to pay for all of this, guys. So if you feel free and so inclined to do so, if you don't want to get merch for yourself, but if you want to donate to our little coffee bot, send $5 our way to help us pay for the streaming sites and pay-per-views that we got to buy for AEW and some other promotions still. You may do so, but no pressure because we love you and we want you to be here watching our shenanigans for free and not feel pressured to donate to us, but only if you want to. All right, now that I gotten out of the way, you can find all those links in the chat as I am posting these now for our social medias and our merch. So feel free to check those out as well. But now that we've gotten the boring stuff out of the way, let's get into why we're really here, which is Lucha Libre. So, Papa, also, this past Friday, Viernes Espectacular was a special one because this was a special send-off show for a bunch of our CMLL talent who is going to be heading to Japan over the next couple of weeks for the Fantastica Mania Japan tour. So there's a lot of folks that are already doing the tour right now in Japan as we speak, but this was the send-off show, and everybody else who isn't going is going to be holding down the fort for the next couple of weeks. So this involved pretty much all the talent that is going to be heading to Japan. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this because we kick things off with this lovely little match. By the way, I love the graphics this week, CMLL. You just gave me blown up only headshots of everyone, and it is so fantastic. But we kick things off with this Relampago match. This is Stigma versus, of course, our lovable, Japanese man, Okumura. And damn. Again, the opening match is what sets the tone for the rest of the show. I shouldn't be surprised, but it was just like, oh yeah, it's been a hot minute since I seen and heard the crowd boo for Okumura. I was like, damn, Mexico, we were on one last night. This is great. This show almost felt fresh as it was yes, this was a full CMLL show. I was just like, for the last couple of weeks, we had people popping in here, but we got a actual CMLL show, and then we're straight back to where we were like the last couple of weeks, starting next week too. But I'm not mad at it, honestly. But this was a Relampago match, Okamura versus Stigma. I had a fun time with this one. I really, really did. I was just like, elder statesman here versus, one of the talents that's also, way over with the crowd. I just had a good time. I had fun. I'm gonna be saying that a lot. This send-off show was a lot of fun for me. Though there was some controversy in some of these matches that we're gonna talk about. I was like, ooh, and that's where it goes. But Papa, also, I'm gonna throw it over to you. This is what kicked off the show this past Friday. So, what did you think about this particular match?
I loved it. I thought it was great. Of course, I'm a big Okamura fan. I love that man. I just love him. And I mean, Stigma as well. I like Stigma. It's been a while since I've seen these two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've kind of seen them here and there, but like really like focused on them. But I thought this was a fun match. I do have to say I'm a little concerned about Okamura's makeup in this picture. His lines are not straight. And I expect a little bit more, sir. I expect a little more.
I cannot. But honestly, I was just like, this was not symmetrical.
Yeah. No, but I have to agree with Agent Lo-Fi. He's talking about the crowd. The crowd was amazing. It was so alive. It was
hearing how loud the crowd was for this match really set the pace of the night. Match was fine. Crowd was stupid.
But that's what's so funny about it. I mean, yeah, if you took the crowd out of it, the match would have been like, meh. Okay. But with the crowd in it, it almost made the match. Like because the crowd was so on fire, it kind of like elevated the match itself.
Oh, 100%. It's really interesting because you're absolutely right. This is really interesting because this crowd was so over. And again, it's because it's a send-off show, so everybody's and their mother is here. Shout out to CMLL because they're continuing to sell out a lot of their shows, and we're barely in February too, so it's really fun to see. Primo coming in here. Rare to see Arena México that filled for the first match, and notoriously late arrivals most of the time. I mean, I feel like that's with anything. Like there's always people filing in. I'm like, guys, the doors open like 2 hours before the show started. Why are we running late? Why are we coming in late?
And you know what's so funny is that's very international. Because like at TNA Genesis, like during the sort of pre-show, like there was hardly anybody in there. And it didn't really fill up until about the second, third-ish match. So, I mean, it's just funny how it's like, we're there like 2 hours early, we're like in the line waiting because, even though we have reserved seats, it's still like, I want to get there. I want to kind of get in the environment, but yeah, through the whole thing, just people just coming in, just, haphazardly. And I'm just like, wow. And see, I don't understand that mindset because I'm very much like, oh no, it starts at 6. I'm going to be there at 4. Because I want to get good seats or,
right.
So I don't know. I agree though.
I think it's very interesting too, and not to go too much on a tangent here, but like I always try to get to the wrestling shows at least an hour and a half, maybe an hour before start time. But usually that is usually when I go in because the first thing I always go towards is I was like, all right, let's check out the merch table real quick. Because by the end of the night, they won't have the fat boy sizes for me. I was just like, that's the other big thing. I was like, I'm trying to get these fat boy sizes.
Yeah, that's why I
and
get there early.
and then also if I'm gonna get a snack or some food, and then I'm gonna sit myself down because I'm watching all the pre-show matches and I'm watching the main card too. I'm my money is worth. I did not pay $80+ to not see everything. Shout out to these promotions trying to keep these tickets cheap because I love you for that as well. But
You have like this weird reverberation in your voice right now.
I know. It's just a small hiccup. It happened with NXT too, and then we're good. I'm with you. Oh, so I want to see it all.
Well, yeah, absolutely. First of all, I paid for it. I'm going to see everything. But two, I want to see everything. Even if it was for free. I'm like, I want to see it all. You know? I mean, because a lot of times the pre-show stuff is crap. It really is sometimes. But I still want to see it. I want to be there. I want to experience it, you know, so I can bitch about it in real time, you know, as opposed to like, I'll just come in during the third match of the main card. I'm just like, what? See, I think it should be like theater that, you know, go time is 6. If you're not there like 15 minutes before 6, they give your tickets away.
Yeah.
Because there were people in line waiting to get tickets.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, that was off topic. My bad.
It's all good. I feel like it's part of the whole conversation. So, in the end, Okumura ends up beating Stigma in this match, and we were off to the races with this one because the rest of the night just got crazier and crazier. So then we jump into our second match of the evening, which once again, I love these headshots. So we end up getting a tag team match. This is the team of Futuro and Valiente Jr. taking on the team of Magnus and El Hijo de Stuka Jr. with him and his like snake sharpie eyebrows on his mask. I don't care. I love it, and I'll continue to bring it up. I was just like, maybe I'm misremembering something, but I'm pretty sure Primo, you'll check the facts with this one. But I was like, I don't remember Magnus and Hijo de Stuka Jr. really teaming up too much recently. And so I was like, I'm kind of here for this pairing. I'm not even gonna lie. And then for me personally, I really like seeing Futuro and Valiente Jr. It's been a couple of weeks, and I'm glad that they're back on my screen. I thought this match was pretty good.
That's all right.
Yeah, and I think you're probably Primo is this is my biggest complaint. I was just like, I felt like it was really short. I wanted more, and they were pretty good in the ring. I just felt like it was really short because then after this, everything got a lot of time except for this. I think that's my only big complaint about this.
Agree.
I wanted more.
I agree. I thought, you know, I mean, it was good. You know, I mean, it was good. It probably wasn't my favorite match of the night, but it wasn't bad. You know, I mean, I like all of these guys. I don't know. There was something off about this one for me, and I don't know what it was. I went back and watched it again. I watched it twice. And I was just like, I could not get into this one like I normally do. I mean, I still enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoyed the match. I was not invested in it. Let me put it that way. And I don't know why. I really don't. Because I was trying to figure it out, and I couldn't figure out why I wasn't.
I think that's a fair assessment. And I agree with you. I do think this was a solid match. This was solid work from all four of them. I think maybe because of the lack of time, and you're right. can't really put my finger on it, but the investment wasn't there. Now, obviously, the crowd did make it better for me as I'm somebody who is watching on my computer screen, sitting in my chair at home.
Well,
but
yeah.
but I was like, I kind of just wanted a little more from this. Still solid. No, it wasn't inherently bad.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Oh, that's even worse. It was just under 9 minutes. I'm like,
Oh wow, was it
damn.
really? It did feel short. It really did.
It's crazy. That is about a minute short than the time limit of the Relampago match too, which is crazy.
That's
So
ridiculous.
I was like, give me 15 minutes.
I know. Come on.
I was like, listen, CMLL, y'all give us 2 to 2.5 hour shows every Friday. So let's get to it.
I know exactly. Use your time better.
Use your time better. I will say though, because then after this, they gave everything time. I was just like,
Yeah.
okay. So ultimately, this Magnus and El Hijo de Stuka Jr. would pick up the victory over Futuro and Valiente Jr. Again, not a bad match, really short, and just wasn't too much investment for it. Now, on the other hand, in this match,
Well, this match,
Ah.
obviously, because look who's in it.
That's true. So in the third match of this show, we get to the Triangular de Grandes Ídolos, so the Grand Idols. So these are going to be crowd favorites and legends of CMLL. So we have Ultimo Guerrero versus Atlantis versus the Alchemist Hechicero.
Oh my.
This match ruled.
Yeah. Seriously. It was
I
so
was like,
good.
the chemistry was on point, and I like this one. I love this one.
I did too. This was a great one. This was so good.
The Grand Idols
good.
loved it.
Yep. But you know, the great thing about this one is it's just who is in it. You know, this is so great. I mean, Atlantis, Ultima Guerrero, who you know we all love, and of course, Hechicero. I'm sorry, anytime Hechicero is involved, I'm all over it.
And she
And
said
then
it was
throw
really fun.
and then throw him in there with Ultimo Guerrero. Oh my goodness.
Bless you.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's all it's all good. You were excited for it. I felt it in your soul.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. I was like, oh, I'm about to die.
And you know what, Primo? You bring up a really, really good fact. Normally not a fan of three ways in CMLL, but this one was really fun. And once again, the crowd ate this one up.
You know, and I think maybe that's why they threw this one together, because they knew it would just be fun, that the crowd would just really love this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did. Let me tell you, coming out of the match prior to it, and then going into this one, I was just like, oh, wow. Like, oh, yeah, let's do this.
Oh man, this is a lot of fun. And you know what? For a send-off show, you want to put matches together that are fun. And
Mm-hmm.
so this is definitely a fun match. Everybody gave it their all. And I'm not gonna lie, I shouldn't be, but I was pleasantly surprised to see Hechicero pick up the win here and walk out the victor on this one. But I had a great time with this match. This was fantastic. And from here on out, the crowd would just keep amping it up more and more and more. And by the end of it, I was exhausted. I was just like, this crowd was on one, and I am so proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I was just like, okay, so the first two matches were pretty good. This one was a lot of fun. And I was like, what do we have left on the card for the next three matches? uh
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I have gone on record multiple times saying that anytime that Mascara Dorada and Titan encounter each other in one-on-one action, I'm going to be a sucker. I'm going to be a shill. I'm going to be biased as all hell. And, you know, people have said, you're too biased. And I say to them, that is horrible. It's horrible and accurate. Oh my God. I was smiling from ear to ear. I do not care.
I was
I
too.
have God. These two work magic, and I what my wrestling heart was full watching this match.
Oh my god, it was so fun. It was so fun. I mean, these two, I mean, Titan and Mascara Dorada, I mean, it was like, oh, this is going to be so good. If this is not good, then I'm going to burn the place down. That's literally, I was like, there's no way it's not going to be good. There's no way.
They put on such a great match that they could have
Oh,
just burnt. They could have started a fire in Arena Mexico. This match was so much fun, and honestly, I think that's why I love these two. Every time they link up, Primo too, like you said, these two just know how to fight each other, and they're so
mhm.
much fun to watch.
That's what's so great about it is that they know each other. Like they know each other's style. They complement each other very well.
Hmm. Ooh, this is a good comparison too, because we're kind of seeing it. Well, as soon as he comes back from injury, but it reminds me of Ares and Aramis, who are now going by El Clone and Hologram in AEW. So there's just chemistry that's undeniable, and to me, Titan and Mascara Dorada can be the fight forever of CMLL, and I will be okay with that.
Yeah.
So man, I was enthralled. I had a blast with this one. I love that these two, just from their mask alone, they look like Power Rangers, and it's
They
amazing.
do. That is so funny. They so do.
These are like Super Sentai Rangers, and they defied every law of physics and gravity, and this was just so much fun. Titan would end up winning this encounter, but CMLL, I'm going to continue to say it, run it back, give me more, run it back. Oh man, I had such a blast with this one. This crowd made it even better. Titan again walks away the victor, but I'm sure we will get to many a more encounters. And I agree with you, Primo, because usually Mascara Dorada ends up walking away with the victory the last couple of times they have linked
Yeah.
up. But it was really nice to see Titan get a win here.
That was nice, actually. I'll agree with that.
Exactly. And yeah, it keeps the back and forth going, which is what you want in professional wrestling feuds. It's like
Yep.
you want a good back and forth.
Yep.
Oh,
I agree.
oh man, this was
It was
great.
so good. It was so good.
So I was just like, Titan has notoriously had this number. These are the frenemies that will fight forever, and I'm here for it.
Absolutely.
Oh
Give me
my,
more.
for reals. And I'm just sitting here. I was like, this is a great match. What's next on the card?
What do they do? Is that what they do now? Is this what the kids are doing now?
Yes, you get one of these. You get one of these. Look at us using the kids' lingo and the fan
Yeah.
movement. Oh man. Oh yeah, Titan and Mascara Dorada back in the Panterita Del Ring Junior days. But onto this match. God almighty. Listen, I just want to go on a quick tangent really quickly. So I'm gonna set this match up and then I'm gonna go on my tangent. So this was this was a triple threat for the world's historic light heavyweight championship. So Atlantis Jr., the champion, defending his title against Averno and the Novio of CMLL Soberano Jr. Now I'm gonna go on my tangent really quickly. So I don't know if it's the algorithm or whatnot, but I have my feed on Instagram has been flooded with more Soberano Jr. content. And just him just walking around the ring and getting kisses from all the women. And I was just like, listen, you. I was just like, I am jealous and slightly turned on. Like, I know that's his moniker, but watching all these videos, I'm like, damn. And then to top it all off, I saw a video over Valentine's Day weekend. He had a whole meet and greet
That's funny.
with the female fans, and I was just like, I kind of want to be Soberano Jr. when I grow up, guys. Just getting all the men and women's like.
Yeah.
I
It's
was
so
just like,
funny.
and then I'm like looking at Soberano Jr. I was just like, you won, my friend. You won. Oh, hold up.
That
That's
makes
not by.
sense, though. I mean, that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah,
they
are
are
there?
the kind of the young, hot things.
They are using that social media game for their benefit, and I am not mad at it. That is how you stay relevant in the world of professional wrestling, as we come to learn in our Lord and Savior 2026.
Absolutely.
But back to this match. I could not stop laughing. I'm like, fucking Averno, man. Just like
He cracks me up.
God, I love it when he's in the ring. I'm just
I mean,
like,
it's just funny. Even in this graphic, it just like, oh my god, you're cracking me up. His picture, oh my god, what is it called? Oh my god. There's an old Sean Connery movie. It's like it's like futuristic, and I think it's like a single word title, but there's this floating head thing in this movie, and his
I'm
headshot
looking
right
it up
here
as we
reminds
speak.
me of it.
I'm looking it up as we speak.
Okay, yeah, it's like God, it's old. It's I can't remember what it's called, but there's like literally this flying head thing, and
Oh,
his headshot reminds me of it. That's why I keep
is it
laughing.
is it Zardos?
That's it, Zardos.
Okay, hold up. I don't
You
know
get
if
it.
my camera's gonna pick this up on my phone, but literally, I typed in Sean Connery futuristic movie. It gives me the title, and then this is the very first image that it gives me.
Yeah,
I
that's his costume in the movie.
was like, "What in the BDSM is this?"
So funny.
And then I am looking at the actual picture of the movie, and I'm like, "Of course, I can zoom in here, but yeah, you have the floating head."
It just for some reason it reminded me of it, and I'm just like, oh my god, that is hilarious. Oh god,
Now,
not Zardos.
Agent Lo-Fi, we have come to learn that you are a man of a certain era and a certain culture, and we appreciate you. But no, God, that the picture just gives me fever dream, and I'm just like, now I'm afraid, but I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Oh my god, it is the worst movie ever made, but I will, if it's on television, I'll watch it.
We love to see it. And then going back to this, yeah, Averno is one of the best. We love him for it. It's great. God, now looking at Averno's picture in here, I cannot unsee it.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. It's crazy.
It really is. Oh man, we have fun on this show. But so the match itself was very, very interesting because again, Averno is cracking me up this whole entire match, just being a total dick. And he's just like, "Hey, Soberano Jr., we should work together." Psych.
I know. He's such a dick.
I
I
was just
love
like,
him.
I also got to point out Atlantis Jr. I don't know what's going on with this coat, but I was here for it. I was just like, what in the chain and whips excite me is going on?
Yeah.
Oh man, but this match was a whole lot of fun. This was another fun triple threat. Um, Silverano Jr. getting dick kicked. And event there's a lot of dick kicks this whole night. I was just like, there's a lot of dick kicks. I was like, what is happening?
Low blows, man. Low blows.
Yeah. And honestly, I kind
Oh
of
yeah.
agree. This was
Yeah.
less of a wrestling match, and this is like they do a spot indie show. They played more to the crowd, which was great.
Oh yeah.
It's fantastic.
You
I
know,
had a
you you need a match like that. It just feeds to the crowd, you know. Those are fun. We enjoy them. There are certain matches, that are created just because they know the crowd's gonna love them. And this was one of them. I think I personally believe it was because it was very showy, is what I'm gonna say.
yeah.
So, but anyway, it
It
was
de-
it was
it
good.
definitely was. It felt like a spot fest, which I'm not mad at. I like a good
No.
spot fest match.
Hmm.
And so this was fun. But through it all, Atlantis Jr. would just maintain and retain the historic light, like heavyweight championship. And
Also,
yeah, go for it.
I'm sorry, and this is going to be completely unrelated, kind of.
It's
But
okay.
I just noticed I was looking at Atlantis Junior's mask. And I love the fish. The angel fish are hilarious.
Right.
But is it just me, or does that thing in the middle? Does it look like a uterus? I mean, it kind of looks like a uterus. Like, I'm just.
Oh, thanks a lot. I mean, you're not wrong because now I can't unsee it either.
I know. Me either. I literally looked and went, "Is that okay?"
Papa Oso and I have a lot to talk about after the show is over. We have.
Well, I mean, if you look at Soberano Jr., his looks like it has a crown of thorns.
I mean, I think that's technical. I actually think that is accurate.
Okay. See, I'm telling you, it looks like a freaking uterus, y'all. I mean, it's like, hey, yay for you if it's on purpose and you're all like women's reproductive rights, woo,
woo.
But if it's just like I want a uterus on my mask because why not?
I was like, okay. I was like, okay then.
That's a little weird to me.
No, but I also do like Soberano Jr.'s mask incorporates the crown design. So it's just like, listen here, CMLL Jesus, calm down.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No, but then we think about it, like sometimes the things that Soberano Jr. comes out with, I was just like, what in the Jesus is this? And listen, I am a religious person, but also like I'm like, I want to be mad at this, but it's fashion, so I can't be mad at this.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, Atlantis Jr. walks out as champion. All right, we are about to head into our final match of the evening, but before we get into that, this is the quote-unquote last call. Once again, you can follow us all over the social medias by clicking the link into all the chats. And honestly, just find us everywhere and anywhere. So you can find our merch, all our social medias in the chats in the description below. And Primo does bring up a good point when it comes to Soberano Jr. that he is the anti-Místico and he's playing the anti-Místico, which is very fair. Where there is light, there can be darkness, which we really, really love. Speaking of the light, you know, the light of CMLL Místico is involved. And I was like, who's he fighting again? And then I saw this picture and I was reminded, I was just like, oh, this shit's gonna be good. And I was like, this the entire time too.
Uh-huh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I was in for a treat. And Papa also was also in for a treat, just at the different variety.
Yes. Yes. Woof.
And it was so nice you saw it twice.
Yeah.
You're just like, let me take a picture real quick, save it on my phone, and make it my wallpaper. Be like the girls in the 80s, just have a poster of him hanging in your room.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start sending you CMLL posters so you can hang them in your office.
I love that. I will do it too.
And you know what? I agree with you here, Primo. It was really fun to see Templario play more of the Rudo in this one.
Yeah, I agree. He was playing the bad boy.
It made him hotter for you.
It did, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Really did. Yeah, this was... Lord.
Clean up on aisle 3. Clean up on aisle 3.
Seriously, man.
So, Will, you know, dries himself off a little bit for the copious amounts of liquid that is now pouring around him. I will talk really quickly. I want to give my thoughts about this match. I love this match. This was a really fun main event for this send-off show. It was really fun to see Templario play Rudo. It is really, really great. Okay. Primo bringing up something really fun. Take a couple minutes off this match and give it to the second, and this would have been perfect for me. Just a bit long.
I agree with that.
Honestly, if we gave like 3 or 4 more minutes to the second match, I would have said this is actually a really good pace to show. But yeah, other than that, fantastic stuff from both of these guys. So this was a really fun back and forth.
Yep. It was indeed.
It was. Místico does win, but this was a fun way to send the crowd home. And honestly, Templario is also a lot of fun too. And I can't wait to see all their shenanigans in the clips that will be coming out of all of our CMLL talent heading to Japan, and what kind of matchups they have over in Japan with the New Japan crowd too. So can't wait for all of that. This was a really fun show. I had a blast watching this,
I did too.
and I am excited for our folks to head over to Japan. And I'm also excited for everybody else who is staying back in Arena Mexico to hold down the fort while they're gone on this tour. So, speaking of which, let's talk about what we got coming up this Friday because you guys, this is insane because there's a lot happening. So, let's get into what is happening this Friday for Viernes Espectacular. On an initial glance, you might be thinking to yourself, "There's only 4 things advertised for this show." Or and you know what? You would be right. But let me tell you, let's preview this, shall we? Because what's kicking everything off this Friday, guys, we've been talking about it forever. It started this past week a little bit to determine the pairings. But guys, the Torneo de Escuelas is here, and we this first. I'm pegging this to be the first hour of the show, or at least for the first 45 minutes. Yeah, that Tuesday Escuela match was a blast, and we are getting the elimination matches between the 12 schools. So the first part is 6 elimination style matches. So we are getting the 12 schools. The brackets will be revealed a little bit later, but we get Escuela 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 5 versus 6, 7 versus 8, 9 versus 10, 11 versus 12. 12 wrestling schools will 12 of them. And I was like, all right, let's get to see all the new kids on the block. I'm so excited. But Imo says, I already have my new standouts. I have a question. Does one of them include Rex? Because that seems to be the internet's favorite right now is Mr. Rex over here, who is literally wearing a mask. Let me just put it this way, Will. Rex is literally a luchador who's wearing a T-Rex mask. It is one of the most hilarious and fun things I have seen.
I love it.
But that's the whole. What I'm thinking is going to be the first hour of the show, or is these Torneo de Escuela matches, and I'm just like, God, I'm so excited. And this was a smart way. You have a lot of your roster going to Japan. Well, you put all the new kids on the block to showcase for the Torneo de Escuelas. So I can't wait. This is going to be a lot of fun. Then after that's done, we get into our second match of the evening, which is Evento Especial de Amazonas. So we get the Amazonas are back in action, and this time we get La Catalina, Kira, and Akari taking on the team of Persephone, Dark Silhouette, and Olympia. So that match is going to be a lot of fun. And then a little bit of some cross promotion here because not only do Papa Oso and I review CMLL, but we are also part of the Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling team when we get those shows. And in our semi main event for this Friday, we are getting a Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Men's Championship match. So I'm excited because we get to see the Arena Mexico debut of Josh Alexander, and he will be taking on Esfinge for the MLP Men's World Championship. And I was just like, God, these two are about to beat the bricks off each other, and I'm excited. Also, I will also have a puddle of water underneath me the whole entire time.
I know, right?
I was like, well, hey. Oh, God. But honestly, I'm excited. Oh, no, you're right. I'm sorry. Josh has already been here, but he is going to be defending the Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Championship, which Maple Leaf and CMLL have kind of solidified their relationship a little bit more too. Granted that some of the CMLL talent is heading over to MLP in March for Uprising. We saw Giselle Shaw, one of our other personal favorites, this past week defend her championship. And so now Josh is defending his. You are absolutely right. Josh was here against Atlantis Jr. I'm excited to see Josh and his Beanhead though. That should be really, really fun. And then main eventing the show, we have a quadrangular con estrellas del CMLL y AEW. So this is a fatal 4-way of match with stars of CMLL and AEW. So we have representing AEW, we have Johnny Consejo versus CMLL's Angel de Oro versus CMLL's Neon versus AEW's Daniel Garcia. That's the only thing confused about. MLP is mostly borrowed talent. So MLP is a little bit interesting, and me and Will can fill you in on this because MLP has only really been around for a year. And a lot of it is borrowed talent. There's a lot of local Canadian talent that is used for MLP. They don't have an official roster, but they also take a lot of the other Canadian talents that's being utilized in other companies to do their shows. But I think what MLP is doing is very smart for their first pay-per-view this year because they're starting things off with the MLP and Ring of Honor crossover Global Wars episode. So the Canadian stars taking on the Ring of Honor talent. So we're going to see the likes of like Deonna Purrazzo and, some of our champions from ROH taking on some of the Canadian stars. And then the following night, some of those stars, along with some of the New Japan and some of the Pro Wrestling Noah and CMLL talent is involved in this MLP show. So it's going to be an interesting March. I'm going to just leave it at that. It's going to be very, very interesting. So, but yeah, that is our preview for this Friday. I'm really excited for the Torneo de Escuelas. That's the one thing I'm really looking forward to. I mean, everything else is going to be fun too, but I was just like, there are 12 schools and I cannot wait to talk all about them next week. It's going to be fantastic. But that is going to be it for our CMLL post show this week. This was a fun show to send off the talent to Japan, and I'm looking forward to the next one. And CMLL is going to have some really fun stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. Like we have the Torneo de Escuelas. We have the all women show coming up fairly soon too, where they've announced some people. Like we're getting, I don't know about, I'm excited for Will to be introduced some of the AEW girls coming over to CMLL. Like I'm excited for him to see Megan Bain, the mega sis, the Greek goddess of AEW. She's going to be, I need her in Olympia to fight. That's what I need to see. Because Megan Bain is the muscle mommy equivalent of Olympia in AEW. Will. She is tall. She is built like a shit brick house. She's got muscles. And I was just like, I need her in Olympia to fight like now. But she'll be in tag team action because it's her and her tag team partner Penelope. But I'm excited. So that's coming up very soon. And honestly, I'm looking forward to more CMLL stuff because CMLL is great. And it provides me joy when I watch wrestling. Because sometimes other promotions that me and Will cover make us want to pull our non-existent hair or beard hair out of our faces and heads. But CMLL, you never steer me wrong. You always provide me good wrestling, fantastic fun, and hot people. So what can you go wrong with that combination?
Absolutely.
So that's going to be it for us this evening. Once again, I would like to thank Primo, Agent Lo-Fi, for hanging out with us as always. We will be back next week to review the elimination matches for the Torneo de Escuelas, as well as the other matches scheduled for this Friday. But we still got 2 more things coming up this week. Tomorrow evening, I am back at it once again, but I will be joined with Kilt, JVL, and Andrew as we go from Mexico and head across the pond to the UK as we are going to be breaking down Progress Wrestling Chapter 190 in Brightest Day. Yes, that is a homage to Green Lantern, and we are going to be breaking down all the British wrestling tomorrow night. But Papa also will tag back in on Friday because him, myself, and Radio Free Will, we have a lot to say about TNA No Surrender. We have lots of things to say, and I cannot wait our Friday to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of everything that went down in Tennessee. It was in Nashville. It was crazy. But if you want to see all that action, you better tune in for the remainder of this week. But thank you so much for tuning in from all of us here at BC WrestlePod to you at home. Remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay biconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We'll see you tomorrow for Progress Wrestling. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.